Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends Reality Edition, where we discuss reality TV, my sisters and I. We're discussing Braxton's Family Value, the last episode, and then Married to Medicine. How are you guys doing this evening? Hello, Rhythm.
Hey, doing well this evening. How about you?
Wonderful. And Margot.
Hey, I'm doing well also. How about
Good.
everybody else?
Everybody good. Short weekend. Short weekend. Weekend went too fast, but I already got my stuff ready for tomorrow. So, what's on your mind, Margot? You look like you got something on your mind. What's on your mind?
I do. I want to know. I know we're talking about the Braxtons and Married to Medicine, but can we talk a little bit about The View and R. Kelly's ex-wife, her appearance on The View? I had never heard the abuse allegations before, and to hear that story from her, I mean, it fits him from everything that you've heard. I'm just trying to figure out. Bill Cosby's in jail. Why has this man never been locked up? Right now, he has two women that are living with him whose family are trying to get them back. I've been hearing about this story for the past 2 years. But the abuse that she suffered at the hands of R. Kelly, how he hogtied her, how the kids would even intervene sometimes on her behalf, I am just appalled. I'm not stunned, but I am just, just really shocked to know this man is still walking around.
Yeah, she said that that's the reason why she's finally talking about it is because so many of the stories that the families were telling for these young ladies, like they're saying they can't get a hold of their daughter and all of that type of stuff. And she said that R. Kelly would do her the same way, and her family was accusing her of, now that they got money, acting funny, but she didn't even know it. He had would go and change her cell phone number and stuff like that. It was really, really, really sad.
Yeah,
So how
it
long
was
has he
so.
been I didn't so how long was he married? I don't think I really knew that he was married.
I think 13 years.
Somewhere like that. I know
Oh
she said
wow.
that. She said by the time the allegations came out against him with the sex tape, she was gone at that point. But she said people still gave her a hard time, just because they didn't realize she was his ex-wife, and
Right, because they were going through the divorce, so they
right,
were still technically married, and they thought that she was standing by
exactly,
his side and all of that stuff.
exactly.
And
You know what? And I was one of those people. I didn't give her a hard time, but I remember making a comment when they did what the show where they would come by and show the expansion of the homes and talking about the big, beautiful, the stars, stars of the rich and famous, and they show the house.
no, girl, that was back in the 70s. You talking about
That was
MTV
not the
Cribs?
what they
You
call
talking about MTV Cribs? Wasn't nobody doing no
it.
house style of the rich and famous. That was
Okay,
in the
it was
70s. I
the
remember people
crib.
talking about that before I was born. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, whatever. Okay, it was cribs, but they showed his house. They showed the little kids, but you didn't see her. So I was like, I don't blame that woman. I wouldn't have showed my face either. They got this man trying to put him on trial for this rape.
Wow, yeah. So it was actually really sad to see. Now, she was on that one show. Remember when they had some different wives on there? She was on there, but he had served her where she couldn't talk about him because remember she didn't even say his name.
No.
They just knew she was married, and she would refer to him, like a super, a
Hmm.
superstar, but she could never say his name. So there was
Right.
no way she could tell us, any of the other stories.
So
But
they have children together?
yes, they do have children together, and I know one of them is living. I can't tell you which way. I want to say it's a girl living like a boy, and R. Kelly is upset about that, and so
Really?
he don't even talk to the kids at all. But she has embraced it, and the child started that. I want to say they said before, like they were 18, so as a teenager, and the mom accepted it or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure that's hard for everyone. But you
Y-
never know what that child's been through because she said her kids went through so much as a result of this as well. So, that's a tough.
I want to hear what Rhythm got to say because she hasn't said anything in a while.
Well, part of I didn't see the episode of The View, so I'm just listening because this is all new to me.
Okay. All right. So, I just want to know if you all watched it. So, Rhythm, if you haven't had the chance, go back and watch that. It was really a riveting show. But
They'll
so
be
can we
on, yeah,
please
on
move on
demand.
to the Braxtons?
And we sure can. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
go on here because you hype.
I've been talking about I couldn't wait for this episode. When I finally saw Miss E stand up and say to Tamar, hold on a minute. And she said, I got you. And when she told Trina, I got this, Trina.
That was my favorite part because Trina said,
Mine
"I wasn't
too.
gonna say nothing, mommy.
Uh,
I'm not like you could tell, mommy has slapped. When mommy say I
That's
slapped the
right.
piss out of you,
That she
mommy done
will.
slapped somebody and they peed on
And
themselves."
that's right. That's right. Because I'm telling you, uh, so many people, I didn't know how to feel about Tamar because she does do the same, I call it dog and pony show every year when they have
Mm-hmm.
to sit down with somebody to work out their problems, where she's going to be a different person and she's changing. And I have to agree with people, she had not a tear. But I really hope that she's sincere this time. It was really nice to see her at the end try to acknowledge some of the wrong that she was involved in. It was just nice to really see them all putting it out there. Um, and to hear Tony say, how she carried that all those years. And remember, sister, you said last week how Tony went broke a couple times trying to take care of them. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's some of her frustration with them is that, you put this, there was a big burden on my back. I did everything I could, and still everything just wasn't good enough.
And see, the other thing about it too that I always said was, a matter of fact, Rhythm actually has said it too, and just eaten, so she can't say it now. But that Tamar wasn't given like Tony was, because she had learned from Tony giving so much of hers, or Vince had said, you want us to be in this same situation. And
Mm-hmm.
that was another reason why they didn't care. Oh, she done chewing. She might want. Go ahead and say what you said, Reverend.
Well, really, I do think that she did learn those lessons, and I think they thought she was selfish, and some of the decisions that she had made
Mm-hmm.
about not having them to participate on tours and on her album and things of that nature. But I think she intentionally had that distance because she saw what happened with Tony, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
on top of her thinking that she was more of a perfectionist than they were. I
Right.
don't know if you all remember, they were
Yes.
planning to do some backup singing for Tony, and they weren't coming to rehearsal on time, and
Yes.
or leaving early, and she was letting them have it. So,
And everyone's dance moves weren't as tight as hers, and
mm-hmm.
pop, 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 the do wop wop, and
Yep.
that girl.
Margot can't stand.
I can't. I can't. I'm telling you, I want to put Tamar over my knee and just whack her away. I'm telling you, I really do. Tamar acts like a big baby, but I'm really hoping that this is a turn for the better. I really am.
Well,
I
I'll
really
tell you
am.
this. Oh, go ahead, Rhythm.
I was just gonna say the one that I struggle with probably more than any of them is actually Tawanda.
Mhm.
I really do. It's something about Tawanda that just isn't genuine.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it the last time. She is the mess maker,
Mhm.
and it's just something about her that is just like she. I think she plays favorites, and I think she actually is an instigator. And not only that, but I think she also gossips because
You know,
you remember every time there was an episode about a rumor about somebody's husband,
Wanda was there.
she was the one telling it to a different sister, from
Mhm.
Tracy's husband to Vince to
That is true.
Gabe. She
mm-hmm.
was the one telling the other sister, and she was supposed to be the one holding it in confidence. And
Mm.
I stopped taking a like to Tawanda actually the first season because remember she was Tony's assistant
Mhm.
And to me, she was trying to come in between Tony and Tamar because Tamar was like, I used to talk every day and now I'm calling you and y'all don't remember. And Tawanda saying that you can't talk. It was almost like Tawanda was jealous of Tamar and Tony's relationship, and that was her end with Tony. That was my opinion of her. So the first season, I already could see that she was the one who, to me, tends to act as if she has it together and don't.
So why did they have responsible one? You know how they were they'd have
their mommy probably labeled them. Remember I told you that mommy said she was the peacemaker?
She did.
On the TD Show. I bet you mommy was the one who got the name the method. She was about to slap the piss out of Trina. I say, Mom, I'm done, Mama. Man, that was my favorite part of the whole show. I rewinded that.
Yeah, Trina was like, I don't want no parts of that. Let me move out the way. I don't want to be in the middle. And you know what? I'll tell you something else. That I was happy to see the mom admit that she did put them in the middle of her divorce. Yeah. That was horrible. Just to know
my goodness, that was that they ask your daddy, ask your mama. You know, what about us? You know, all that's sad. And then I remember too, and I don't care what she says. I think that she still loves daddy, but when she was talking to him and when she put those girls in the middle of it, remember I think it was the first season too. You know, Trina, when she graduated and her daddy showed up and how she was crying because she couldn't invite her daddy to the wedding because the mom said if the wife came, she wasn't coming.
Right.
So daddy didn't come.
Yep.
He just went. And then we learned when we saw that homely woman that she said that she had told him, go ahead and go.
Yeah.
But, you know, he took a stand for his wife like many people would. You know what I mean? But, you know, mommy shouldn't have even been putting them in that situation. We could sit you guys tables apart. You know this lady not going to outshine you in one of them flower dusters. So, come on, Mom.
Oh, my goodness. A flower duster.
That lady got a collection of them. The episodes we seen, every time you seen her come outside in that Miami or some trip, she had a different duster.
Miss Wanda.
No.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't even know her name. But as far as going back to Tamar and the apology, like I said, we done seen that 1,000 times.
True.
I think that Yanula really called it out. This young lady is hurt. What's wrong with her? Is she trying to get this much attention?
Yes.
And she feels like she has to do this. But I think she really needs more counseling. Tracy did an interview right after that show. This other show comes on, and Tracy did an interview and said she hasn't talked to Tamar since March. But like she said, you know, it's two ways. I could call her. I haven't called her either. So, you know, just like Tony says, sometimes you don't want to be friends with people and, you know, you just don't, you know, get along with them. But I almost feel like watching Tamar on that show and even her on, she been doing these little been on Steve Harvey show a couple of times.
Oh, really?
And I almost feel like I'm watching her. She was on Wendy Williams. It's almost like I'm watching Britney Spears when she had her nervous breakdown.
Yeah. Because I think that she's more hurt by the situation with her and Vince than she's letting on.
Oh, she should be, because you could tell she really loved him.
Right.
And Vince is gone. Vince is gone and happy because I ain't heard from him.
Are we doing this again?
Oh,
I mean, I'm just saying. People probably want to know if Vince heard the show and reached out. I'm letting everybody know he didn't. I'm sure he's probably, you know, found somebody and I'm happy.
You know who I'd like to hear from? Remember the couple that they had on Tamar and then
the Daniels. I love them. I follow them on Instagram. And
they ever rekindle their friendship with them?
They're probably friends with Vince now that Tamar is no longer in the picture, but they haven't showed themselves with Vince. But Vince doesn't show a lot of pictures on Instagram. But you should follow. You're not there on Instagram, but I was gonna say if you was on there, you should follow their page. They fun. Their page is so fun. They such a cute little couple. Such a cute couple. The Daniels.
Well, whose friends were? Were they Tamar's friends or were they Vince's friends?
They was Vince friends. Remember the guy did music with Vince. Remember that guy did most of Tony's first album. I mean, most of Tamar's
yeah.
first album.
On Vince and Tamar? Because I don't know them. I didn't watch Vince and Tamar.
Oh, yeah. They were on
Vince and Tamar. Yeah, they were.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't know them.
Oh, yeah, just a really adorable couple. Seems sincere and love.
Oh, okay.
I really like them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even laugh at the toe down. So what else we got? You know what? And I love the fact that Ayanla, all they could do is sit up there and look surprised and then say touche.
Ooh, yeah.
Why? So Tony can go and do this.
Yep.
Tamar can go and do that, but you guys mad at Tracy? Why Tracy different than them?
That's right.
Why they get a pass and Tracy don't?
That's right. Why is it a double standard?
But wasn't it really tied to they had an agreement and they felt like Tracy, went against what they had all agreed to? I think, yeah, because I think they would have had an issue with how they formatted that show regardless, but
either way, she's still trying to make money, which is what Tamar and Tony is out doing.
Yeah.
Right.
They know, and I think Tracy's a hairstylist?
Oh, is she?
Is she?
That's right.
Yeah.
I never
I didn't know
that.
what Tracy did.
I think
I
she
had
was
no
a hairstylist.
Really?
Well, let me not put that all out there like that. So I'm
too many people saying really. You might want to double check that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing before to get out there. But they do treat Tracy different to me.
Yeah. Me too.
But I think it could be because of the dad's relationship.
Tracy
because she's still, and she was seeing the dad in the new the duster. What's her name?
Miss Wanda.
Oh yeah, Miss Wanda. Mm-hmm.
But which they already knew Miss Wanda, because if you heard the backstory, Miss Wanda was the mama's friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I think that's a significant part of this whole thing, and I really don't think Miss E is interested in her ex-husband, but I do think she just I think she has demonstrated that she can be cordial and respectful when he's in the room, but I remember the season where they were trying to force them into doing something.
Yes.
And I think that was the
family trip.
The family trip. And I'm just like, first of all, you all aren't teenagers any longer.
That's right. He's married.
And he's married to this woman who's friends with your mother. And you think she's supposed to be in a position where this is what she wants to do for her vacation days?
Right.
I thought that was just one of the most selfish things, to be cordial and respectful to Miss Wanda. That's one thing, but to want her to vacation with her, I think especially for some grown kids, like grown kids.
And remember, they tried to go on that RV trip without Miss Wanda, and the daddy went. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I tell you something else too that I thought was odd. When Tamar made that song about the woman stealing my man and dedicated it to her mama. Do you all remember that?
Oh yeah.
She stole my man. But I was like, are you kidding me?
That was right. I love that song.
I'm not saying I don't like the song, but I was like, why would you dedicate it to your mom? I'm sure your mom wasn't interested in that dedication.
And her mom did say that she wasn't too. Remember her mom said. Her mom said that. Like, I didn't ask for this.
See.
But I think that for her to get artistic, I mean, that's what artists do.
Yeah.
Just like we're expressing what we saw, because she did that song after that season that trip happened.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, so it's just like mommy is in a position where she's hurting from all of this.
Yeah. Anytime she says that her husband died and that she don't know the
Ooh.
man sitting next to her, I was like,
Mhm.
whoa. That go to show you how deep that pain still is for her. And
Yeah.
so the
Right.
only way she can cope with it is to just in her mind act as if her husband's dead and gone.
Hmm.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah, she said that. She just I'm saying I'm giving her the
No, she just said that this isn't the
but
same person. He's like he's dead to me.
she said this person I don't know this man sitting next to me. My husband died. It's the way I feel. She said
Really?
that. Yeah.
Girl, yeah, you should have seen Daddy face.
Yeah.
And
So
it
she
looks
was
like
saying
it's
that's
Miss
the way.
E who was the cosmetologist. I
Oh,
knew,
okay.
but I'm gonna still keep checking for
So
Tracy. But go ahead.
that's how she said she's been able to. That's how she got beyond the hurt. Was
Mm-hmm.
just to make him dead to her. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But you're seeing them, so wow, that would be Freaky Friday.
Right, because he
Someone
looked
dead and you're seeing them and talking to them.
because he was looking like what?
Right? Would that make you a medium?
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, but yeah, that show was deep, and I was really happy when Ayana asked them, "Who gets to correct her? You've allowed this behavior to go on this long, and this is the result of that." And Daddy had to admit he let it go because of the transgressions that he had committed against everybody.
What he said, he
So,
wasn't there a lot, and then
right,
she was the baby girl, so he let her get away,
right,
and everybody else got held accountable.
right.
Because I
Which
think
I think that other people have. I've experienced it before. Well, I remember, maybe getting in trouble for something, but then the baby didn't get in trouble for it.
Yep,
I remember washing dishes before the baby had to wash dishes.
yep.
are we really having this conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I think though. I really get tired. Not only every counselor, I think Bishop Jakes was the only one that didn't do this, and it was probably because of her personal relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
But why must she always be the one whose flaws are highlighted? And nobody's talking about Tawanda starting crap,
Mm-hmm.
instigating stuff. Nobody's talking about Tracy holding stuff in and doing passive aggressive type mess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like even the behavior of mommy, nobody talks about. None of them receives the level of scrutiny that she does. And
Mm-hmm.
that baffles me over and over again. She had. I'll keep going back to the episode before when there was a clip in between the commercials. They
Mm-hmm.
showed a little clip, and
Yeah.
Tony was and Iyanla pushed Tony on challenging Tamar for being animated. And after Iyanla pushed her on it, she was just like, "I guess you're right. Maybe I am asking her to be someone other than who she is.
Mm-hmm.
That may not be fair." So sure, she's animated. Sure, she's loud. So sure, her activity and her behavior may get highlighted
Mm-hmm.
because of all of those things. But that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that the rest of them aren't doing the same level of foolishness.
I think
Yeah.
the rest of them band together, though, and that's what it is. The rest of them band together, and then it becomes on her. So if it was, one sister not having a problem with this sister, and this sister having a problem with this sister, but unfortunately, all of them have one with her. And then when she come in with all of the head movement,
Everybody has an
Right.
issue with her.
Right.
it just
You
makes it
forget
even.
about
It
the other
makes you
stuff.
more right. It makes you more frustrated than
Mm-hmm.
anything because it's like, will you please step back in 6 years old? You're a
Right.
grown lady. You don't know how
Right.
to have a conversation. Nobody been rolling their necks around since
Mm-mm.
Monique was fat.
But you were
Oh,
just rolling your neck just then. You didn't
no,
see
she did.
yourself. Did you see her neck rolling when she was
I mean,
saying?
I was mocking her.
You're doing it now. Are you
And
mocking her?
she still can't get her
Your neck
because
was just moving.
she
Did
rolled
you notice
her
your
neck
neck
so hard
was
until you
moving?
think it's gonna fall off.
Your
Who?
neck was just
Tamar,
moving.
you still I don't care how you
Did
roll
you
a stick, you
notice your
never get a
neck
nerve.
moving? Your neck
You
was moving.
Yep, acting like Tamar, coming in while we trying to talk, but she gotta get. She want to get her point out.
See,
So go ahead.
that's why she feel like that because she's
Right.
a baby. She trying to feel a little bit of
She does. She
a
does.
little empathy for the baby. That baby out of control.
No,
Yeah.
I actually don't.
That baby is on 5 hour. What's that thing?
Energy.
Energy
How about
compared
Randy?
to you.
No, I used to feel bad for her too because I thought she would. I didn't. I don't think that they understand her, and they really haven't taken the time to understand her. She just get on their nerves. They left. We've learned that they're a little older, so then they ended up leaving. And so they didn't take the time to get to know them. I kind of can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
My sister left when she got grown, and I was still younger. And sometimes we don't understand each other.
Yeah, that's true. We don't act like that though.
No,
No.
Mama slapped the piss out of us.
In a heartbeat. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like Miss E would do the same.
Oh yeah, everybody was scared up in that room.
Oh, when she said, "Wait a minute," I was like, I sat up in my seat just like she sat up in hers. Like, well, go ahead, Miss E, get in there. About time somebody said something.
Love
Yeah.
a good fight.
But you know what you can tell is that what you say? I missed it.
I said you love a good fight.
Look, only when it's deserved. Only when it's deserved.
Right.
But I think that too, when during all of that, what we really could see was that Mommy ran that household. He didn't say anything. He never said calm down. Because usually it would be the dad saying, "Hey, calm down, stop talking," and you know what I mean? But it was her. And the thing about it is Tamar knew she better shut that mouth. Like she said, "Try me."
Every time Mom was guiding check, because one time they were in the kitchen. I don't know if they were at Tony's house or in Tamar's house, but Mommy stepped it. Tamar was like, "Am I about to get slapped on TV?" Look, she had on her face.
Because Mama told her she was going to slap the taste out of her mouth if she said one more thing.
Yeah. All of them then got slapped by Mom, and I can guarantee
At least one time.
I'm not even putting on there that I suspect. I'm saying Mommy done slapped all of them before.
At least one time.
That's right.
So
I tell you one thing, Ayala brought it out.
Yeah.
Ayala was hitting on some good points. People like to say, well, I think Ayala just did her part because, like she said, there's a lot going on here. And there's a lot that's been in denial and hidden and not the words unspoken. This needs to come out because that's the only way you're going to heal this. So I was happy that she made them put it out there. I really was.
I think this was I wish that Ayala could put it on her program because I think that this was one of her best.
Yeah.
One of her, best ones too, because she really, did a really good job. I even like the way she broke them up. You know what I mean? Because she could tell Tawanda and Tracy is bosom buddies, so they gonna say whatever the other one say. So let me get these two together.
Tawanda and Tracy or Trina?
Trina and Tracy, right? Sorry,
Trina
and Tawanda.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get them together because they gonna buddy and they gonna do whatever the other one doing. Get the other ones alone and of course feel Tony out. Like, how you feel?
Yeah,
and Tony should feel robbed. They put a lot of responsibility on her because if I'm out here working hard and I get a nose job, now I got to get you a nose job. Now I got to get you a nose job. Now I got to get you a nose job. Now I done got the whole family nose job.
Well, even the show that they're on, we watch the show because of Tony.
Right. That's true.
The rest of them didn't have a name. Like it started with Tony, and so he did that show for them as another means for her to give them income.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. But okay, I got a question to ask because I know that Margot used to watch this show, and it was Ayanla, and they was in this house, and they would bring these women, and when they would bring it would be women with issues. Yes. Wasn't that Tawanda on there? And Tawanda's issue was with Tamar because Tamar had to come. You said what?
I said Tamar actually came on that show to see Tawanda while she was in there. So Tawanda started out, her issue was, they had signed the contract. They didn't do well. She had some other issues. I think she even was talking about a few marital issues then. Um, but she seemed to be working through it, just trying to find herself, is what she was saying, why she was there. And so it seemed like everything went well. She left the show happy. Tamar came to see her. Tamar was the only sister that came there and visited with her.
Because that was the one that she had the issue with. And if you notice, here's another reason why it goes back to show probably order and her being the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
On that show, when they showed a little bit of the clip, Wanda already had her nose job. Tamar hadn't yet.
That's true. That is true.
So I don't know. So to be honest, we don't even know if Tony paid for Tamar's nose job. Vince might have done that one.
Tawanda says she doesn't have a nose job. She says she contours her makeup.
And Tawanda's a damn lie, and I'll tell her that.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Well,
yeah. You can't go from Jackson 5 to like that.
Oh.
With
no
some contouring.
Right.
She has said that because her nose is just like Daddy's.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some side cover.
I think that they should have done. What was the brother? The brother should have been there too.
He ain't got time for that shit.
I know, but listen to you. But he should have been there.
Why? Michael probably got his own family. He know that they've been dealing with that mess for years. He don't have time for that.
I'm telling you, he should have been there because I bet you he got some issues too that probably need to come out. I don't think he.
Not wanting to deal with them.
Not, but I bet you he was in that household too when that divorce was going down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he should have been included in that because that is something that the whole family should have been in.
Well, maybe because of his age or whatever, maybe he's gotten beyond it, because I look at it and I think they were all adults, I thought, when this happened. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that they...
No, they were teenagers.
Forget. I thought that they were in there because Tony was in her, so I read her book.
Oh, right.
And she was already Tony Braxton. She was in her 20s when it happened, but they were all adults or in that, college age type age. And if there was someone who may have been still in college, in high school, it may have been Tamar because of her age, but they were, away from the home. Mm-hmm. At least that was my interpretation of it. Even in the in that biopic that they did of Tony, in the family.
So if she was 20,
a little bit older. If she was older than 20, I think she was mid to late 20s, like 25 or 24 or something.
Oh.
So since they're stair steppers, they would have all been,
But they were still, they were like teens. But you got to think about it like this too. The dad had an affair with that woman for years.
Yeah.
Before it came out. So there was already some type of, discord in the house because, the mama knew the stuff that was going on. Mm. I guess she just didn't know it was with her friend. But when that came out, when he finally left and all that came out, I remember Tony's first album was out when we first heard about the daddy and the mom splitting because it was all over the radio. It was everywhere.
Oh. So that's probably the what happens in a house stays in a house.
Right.
Probably a lot of arguments about the lady, at some point mommy knew. And there's no telling how long mommy knew, that it was going on.
Right.
And, she could have been, because daddy is the one who left. Mommy didn't put daddy out. He actually is the one who left. So she probably was still willing to hang in there, which is why she gives her girls that advice of, if your man cheating, don't ask him about it if you don't plan on doing nothing about it, because then you become the other woman because she must know what that feels like.
And then
I didn't realize he was the one who left.
Yeah. And then remember that he was the pastor of the church, and it was just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that had been going on. So, people looked at them like, what in the world, is going on over here?
Well, the church folks be knowing, stuff too. So they'll go just for the drama.
Right.
But all right. Anybody else got final remarks about Braxton family values before we move on?
No, I just want to say I hope that they can work this out. I hope they all can get together. And to me, if it means cutting off this show to get back together, if they think that was a big issue
Right.
for them, then they need to do that.
Girl,
But
they better cut off that show. I ain't watching this shit next year, so we ain't gonna be talking about this.
Oh.
okay,
I
sister.
don't care. The only way I'm watching it is if Vince come back. That's the only way I'm watching it. And I don't
Okay.
think Vince coming back, so they can forget about it. I ain't got time to be knowing who there and trying to figure out what Kim Whitley doing there and Lou Bell
Yeah,
and
just all right
the
Lou
personal
Law.
trainer
now. Right.
I
Hold
don't
on.
have time for that. So I'm
No,
letting
I'm
y'all
with
know
you on
right
that.
now.
Now I watched the Braxton Family Values, but I'm not watching Tracy and Friends. I'm not doing that again. In fact, I didn't watch that this time. I just fast forward through that till I saw Braxton that I knew, other than her. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I think this will be the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Or they may come back acting like they close or whatever, depending on what people's money situation is.
Well, we know
Well,
Tracy.
Tracy already told y'all what her money situation is when she did that Tracy and Friends. But
Hello.
speaking of money situation, okay. And I know we need to shift gears and go to the other show. But speaking of money situation, what was it that Trina was trying to get? Why was it that Trina was trying to get people's names on this business that she's trying to do in DC and didn't understand what people
Because she
why
didn't
people
have the
wanted
money.
more
The man had already, her accountant told her, don't open up anymore when she tried to do the second one. It
Yep.
was, mommy, go for it. Go
Yep.
for it. The same one who gave Tony the money advice.
But
I
she
wouldn't ask mommy nothing. She just had to slap the piss out of me.
Oh
was
Lord.
saying she didn't want their money because remember Tamar was like, I don't understand what this means. Until she got mad at Tamar for Tamar wondering. I didn't get it. I'm like, what does she want from them if she doesn't want money as an investment? That was funny to me, but okay.
And you was asking us, did we know
Yeah.
what it was all about? Besides a Ponzi scheme, that's the only thing I could come up with. or a co-signer. You know how they be. You know how you be watching them date lines and stuff, and they be like, and she brought the paperwork in there, like, oh, our insurance need to be removed. Sign right here, and then a man stuff was $2 million, and he gone. Ain't nobody got time for that. They responsible if whatever it is, closed down and all of that.
Did they ever resolve the issue about who owns the rights to the theme music?
Vince.
But I'm saying, did they? Because remember, they were trying to have that conversation with Tamar last season, and it never happened on the show.
Never got that resolved. To our knowledge, whatever they found out, they haven't revealed it.
Okay.
It was Vince, and she knew it was Vince, and she didn't want to discuss it because she wasn't trying to put her husband out there because she was thinking she could. Because you know what? Probably the same thing that happened with Mommy is what happened with Tamar. Vince probably left her tail, and now she trying to act like she is. But I tell you what, the next time we do this show, it's gonna be some changes. And they know who they are. They just set on up. They just set up, and I'm not gonna tell no names or give out nobody's business. But it is gonna be some changes. I see. But now we're gonna have some policies and procedures up in here on this family radio thing. We about to break up quicker than the Braxtons did. We gonna need Ayanla for this podcast.
And she's doing a whole lot of neck movement too.
All right, moving right along, and I'll let you guys start this off. All I gotta say is this was the most boringest episode of Married to Medicine I've ever seen, and Quad cannot get a tear to drop.
I don't remember seeing. When she was with the friends.
Yeah. So you guys go ahead and talk about that because it was Cotessa got right in the next day for a surgery like that. That doctor got a cancellation, baby, and filled it quick. That man said, "Ain't no way I'm counting on this money." You know they film in the summertime, probably a vacation, and his kids going to college. That man got that cancellation and called Cotessa so quick and got her in.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow. And then she cooking. When I get to. Yeah, after you did Darnell Jones, mama, like that.
That little lady was crazy. I would have kicked that woman out.
We not calling nobody at the name Darnell Jones. Forgive us.
If whatever Darnell Jones, you kick your mama because your mama is a little bit over the top. I can't remember that lady's name. Was she?
What they call her, Nikki?
Mama Jones, wasn't it? Or
No.
Nana Jones?
I don't remember what they called her, but that lady was out there. I was like, what in the world? That little lady, yeah, I would have fired her too. Excuse me, did you try to hit me in my own house? I do pay.
She didn't fire that lady. That lady quit. Cortez ain't doing nothing. That's why she trying to stand up to Toya and gonna get her tail whooped this year, messing with Toya, but won't mess with that little lady.
That little lady, because she liked Donnell Jones, she was trying to keep that friendship, and that little lady just lost her mind. I don't know, that lady thought she was Contessa's mama or something. I had to tell, look, little lady.
Well, the lady, didn't you hear Cortez say she's like a mom to me? And then the lady started. Maybe that's what made the lady mad. Like, I don't want nobody to think I'm like no mama to Cortessa. She's sitting up here letting people do her.
That little lady, I don't know if she had a drinking problem or what was wrong with her. I don't know what was.
A drinking problem. That sounds just.
I don't know what it is, but I was like, I mean, she just blew hot and cold. I'm like, what happened?
She really couldn't stand Cortessa. Because remember, she loved her husband and the kids.
Right.
That woman's name is not Contessa.
What is it?
It's Contessa.
Contessa. Okay. So,
Contessa. You sound just like Heavenly.
Oh, and you know I do not want to sound like her pitiful tale.
Well, I actually liked the episode because I felt like it was a character building episode.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't filled with a whole lot of drama, but it was filled with something personal that they were all experiencing and going through.
Mm-hmm.
So Mariah and her daughter wanted to have the conversation about dating.
Yes.
I love that.
Her,
I did too.
Parents and even the seriousness of the surgery that Contessa had, I thought was, one worthy of being
I just wish she wouldn't have made that face going back, because it was almost like she wasn't having surgery for real. They wanted us to think it.
Oh. That surgery.
Like she was faking. She did that.
She was scared.
Like the surgery had already happened, but she had to redo a face of going back. That's just me. Go ahead.
She was scared. I'm gonna give her that. She was scared. And I want to get to I'm actually happy that Contessa did that, considering the fact that it's shown that once you carry that B1 gene, that is very highly, that you're going to get the breast cancer. Her mom died from that, so
there's a couple of housewives who have done that, not married to medicine, but on the other ones have done the same exact thing.
So that's good, because she wouldn't be around for her kids. So I think that was a pretty good segment. I like to see that. And then also, Heavenly, that this episode, even though it wasn't the most exciting, it gave me some insight into Heavenly.
What?
That room.
I know what she's about to say about Heavenly. That how she was able to learn a lot about her.
The fact that just think about that. Your bedroom had no windows.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't go outside and play. And you had to sleep. That's odd. Something was wrong with Heavenly's mom, that they had to sleep with all the lights on in the house at night.
She probably was dealing with some mental issues.
That's what I think. I really think that. And I wonder, how did her dad sleep with the lights on? Nobody thought this was weird. Did she act like she was either on the run or had some mental health issues? Or were you scared someone was coming after your kids? What was it?
Well, just one daughter, because didn't Heavenly say her sister got to do a lot of stuff she didn't get to do?
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah.
Mm.
She thought Heavenly was unattractive, and so it was one of those, you stay in the house and study and stuff, just all you need, and you'll be smart because you won't be able to find nobody to marry you because you fat and ugly.
Wow, well, she's really messed that girl up, because that's why Heavenly act the way she acts.
Yeah, because that's what I said. She still see herself as fat.
Yes, you did say that. Yeah, you did say that. So yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Never again.
So Rhythm, what you think?
I just think that we were able, like you were saying, we were able to see a side of Heavenly that was important, that helped us to understand kind of why she makes some of the decisions that she makes. And I thought that that was a good character building
Hmm.
opportunity.
But
Yeah.
did y'all laugh at Heavenly talking about Jackie? When
No,
she,
Jackie proved who she was today. You see how she hung up that phone on what's it called?
on
She was
Toya,
off she was off the chain today.
and then she
And all of the shade she threw all this weekend while it was just them three together.
and that's what Heavenly was saying. Jackie always get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jackie definitely told, I mean, not Jackie, yeah, Jackie told Simone that she has some Botox in her office. And did you hear Heavenly talking about, and Jackie, if she has some, she still needs some, and then pointed to each side of her face and around her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I
But see,
said,
that's the thing that Heavenly always goes for. If you notice, when she's talking about people, she always goes for looks. That's how you know she's so insecure
now that she
with
does.
her looks.
Mm-hmm.
Because she always goes for the jab of the look. And I bet you some of the same comments that she makes to the other ladies, like her calling Mariah B and her mama B and all that, is the
Yes,
same stuff
yes,
that her mama said to her. She said her mama called her bees.
she sure did.
Yeah, it was
So she probably
horrible.
not only called her bees, she probably called her ugly fat bees. Because everybody know it, you just don't holler out B. You
Mm-hmm.
put
Yeah.
something with it. So you ugly fat bee.
Mm-hmm. And for
Mm-mm.
her to say she never wanted to go back in that house, there's some other stuff went on in that house. I think she just not letting out.
No, I think she just never felt love. Remember, she said she questioned daddy when he said that he loved her because her mama never told her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's never known it. She doesn't even know what love is, probably.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
And you heard what she said that when her mom called her about the dad and Dot passing away, and she told her, "Well, I'm getting ready for my exam." She said, "I didn't even get a chance to tell her that I wasn't saying I wasn't coming," and she just started immediately yelling at me, saying, "Well, you don't have to come." And she said after she went back for the funeral, she said, "I dropped everything and went back, but when I got back to school, I never went back to the house again." So she never
Hmm.
even went back after that.
Probably want to invite her back. You know, you people only tell you half the story now.
Right. But I'm just want to say, so what happened when her mom passed away? Is her mom dead or still alive? Did anybody know that?
I felt like that was an unanswered question. I thought the same thing. Like, why aren't they talking about the mother in present tense? Even with the sister, they didn't talk about where she resides. She did talk
Right.
about that she's in an office, but is she in Atlanta or is
Right.
she in Miami or some other state?
Heavenly's mom was on a video dancing to "I'm Living My Best Life."
Nikki, stop
No, I'm
talking
just
Mm.
oh, I want to say, well, could you please pass share with me? Because I want to see it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
trying to see now. I normally have somebody else who could
Look this up for you.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. So what do
um
y'all think about Toya in this new house?
I told you last week that I felt like they should have did smaller, but you can't tell her nothing.
I just want to know if they're gonna have to go out. We're gonna have to see it each week. The new edition each week. Just
Oh,
show
I
me the
hope
house when it's
not.
done. If you want me to see it that bad, I don't need to watch them go out there every week to look at see what progress has been made. That's all they got.
Right.
Oh,
That's
wait.
all I'm saying. Okay, that's nice. They went with some champagne this week and did a toast to the house. Now next week, I don't need to see them go back again.
Yeah.
When they show
Mm-hmm.
me the house again, let them be moving in. That's enough for me. I don't want this to be like Chateau Charade, and I got to wait 5 years
Oh,
to decide.
yeah. But you know what I find interesting too is if you notice when um Mariah and her daughter are together,
Mm-hmm.
how mature her daughter is and how considerate she is and well mannered.
Yes.
But then Heavenly daughter talks to her any kind of way, disrespectful, grown. I'm about to hang up on her because I ain't got time for this.
Is it Lauren? No, what's her name?
Allura. Oh, that's
Allura.
Allura. Laura, she's not the most respectful child. That's Heavenly's fault, though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It just shows that what she's doing, she don't even realize it, but she's passing down the same, by allowing her daughter to do this. She think that that's showing her daughter that she loves her because she had these conversations with her, but she's letting her get away with anything. Yeah. And how rude the girl is to her.
I hope that's just for the show and that her daughter doesn't act like that all the time.
Oh, she does. What up, D?
Right.
I think she I don't really know that Allura is really being rude, but she asked Allura to she asked her for advice and Allura just being honest.
Right.
The ladies say I'm mean. Am I mean?
Right.
And then Allura's like, yeah.
No, you don't know how to talk to people. You be talking to people like this. And but I think that she trusts her. Because although she says that, like her saying to me, like her saying today, how much it meant to have Jackie. Oh no, that was Cotessa. Oh, when for Jackie to call me, like she's just trying so hard this year to be relevant, and it's irritating to me. Not that I guess she can be. She is. What you mean? You think so? You don't?
I don't.
You do?
I said I don't. I think I think she's trying to not be filled with the drama. And so I think, that's why the topics that she is allowing to be a part of the show are, teachable topics like her health and her father's health and things like that. Because I think that she does believe that these women shouldn't, some of the cattiness and arguments that they get into, even how they edited the show for Toya, having Toya to be upset about this girl not coming to her party.
Silly.
It was just like, that was just so silly and far-fetched. So.
Yeah, that was out of control.
But that's how Toya is, though, really.
Yeah.
So, Rhythm, did you get a chance to go back and watch any of episode 1 on demand, or just a busy weekend you didn't get a chance to watch it?
No, I did see some of season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an interesting. Yeah, Quad and Mariah refer to each other as besties, and that was interesting.
I'm telling you, it's gonna get it. Watching the first season and the second season. It's going to be definitely an eye opener for somebody coming in.
So look, was the fight with Toya and Mariah the first season, or was that season 2?
That was season 1.
Okay, that's what I did see that.
Because remember that was an adoption thing.
Yes, I remember that. And Toya was so wrong for that.
Yeah, she was. And then Heavenly sat up there and said she lied. That's why Mariah said, "What did I lie about?"
Exactly.
When she just started with her this week when she got mad at Quad and then tried to reverse it to and then said she lied on you or whatever. She didn't lie on Toya. Toya went to the beauty shop and told somebody while she was getting her hair done that he adopted Lauren and didn't realize who was in there, and then it got out in the street.
And it was just something to see how tight, like you said, Mariah and Quad were. Even when the fight situation happened, Quad looked like she was trying to get in.
Oh, she was. She was like, "Not my friend, not my best friend," and all of this stuff. So she wasn't playing.
And let's not miss out Mariah's mama in the purse that she was hitting Toya in the head with. That little lady. I said, "Oh no, yeah," but that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing at a nice party like that.
That was an embarrassment. I was like, "Come on, you were at someone's house at a birthday party, and this is the best that we could do. How embarrassing. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was angry with the host because they threw Mariah out. Mariah was not the only one in the fight. It was two people in the fight. Toya
It,
and Mariah were in the fight.
yeah, that was Carrie, and then Carrie wasn't on the show after that. But she, if you notice, when Toya did the birthday party last year, that's who she had by her side, Carrie and Mariah, because those were the three that hung out the most. But also, you're gonna notice. What I also notice is you're gonna see the dynamic of why Jackie and Mariah don't get along. Remember, you could tell that Jackie just didn't have something against Mariah. Remember her saying to her, "Well, if you wouldn't have told her, you can't get mad about her knowing if you told her."
Yes, she did.
Like she had no compassion for her.
None. And just because I told her.
Yeah.
Don't mean she was supposed to tell it. That's right, sister.
Right.
Jackie didn't. So
yeah.
You got a good point.
I'm telling you, Jackie's always been a tripping phony faking phony to me because she wasn't even nice to his daughter when she lived there. That's why the girl moved and they don't even mention his daughter no more. She probably said, "Don't even say my name on that show with that phony
nice
lady."
to her? I don't remember that. Now, I missed that season or something.
No, she wasn't nice to her because she was trying to tell her what to eat and all of that type of stuff. The girl didn't want to hear that. So, wow. So any closing remarks so we could close this out?
Let's see. No, I don't think I have any.
Margot?
Well, I just hope that Heavenly gets some closure after this trip, and hopefully that this will be a moment of reflection, like an aha moment for her. To see that maybe her past is driving her future. And maybe she can learn to be nicer to people and not be, because she can be.
Right. Well, she'll be back around them next week, so we'll be able to see soon how she displays herself, because it only take a little bit to fire her off and see how she goes off.
And what's the guy named Andy? Andy, you know how he does that show?
She's on tonight.
Commercial, and he said there's going to be an explosive episode next week. I guarantee you. We will probably be.
She's gonna be in it, probably talking about Miss Lucy again. So,
yep.
Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this edition of Nikki B and Friends. Please follow my Facebook page at Nikki Nikki B and Friends on Facebook and also on Twitter. And then again, there will be this reality edition next week of us following up on Married to Medicine with myself and my sister. One of my sisters will be absent from the show next week.
Yeah.
Right. Because there has been a write-up done where she will have a day without pay for some things that has taken place this evening. So you all be blessed. Again, follow Nikki Nikki B and Friends on Facebook and Twitter. And thanks again for listening to this edition of Nikki B and Friends Reality Check. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.